Hello from Nibru, Ireland. Hope everybody's keeping well. Yours truly, Paulie, back in the driving seat. 19th of February today. Firstly, hello to everybody who sent me the messages over the last couple of months. And don't worry if I didn't get back to you, because I wouldn't. I sort of stopped replying back to emails because, firstly, the amount of emails that come into me through the same email address from our copyright friends, still today, I'm getting messages from our friends in Gmail. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, I started using music that I purchased on iTunes, and then I put in some of the music into the background of the videos, and of course I discovered that you can't do that, and I didn't. So I started putting in other types of music, like Halloween music, and cutting the speed, and still getting messages from the record company that owns that particular tune, even though I reduced the speed by 50%. In fact, when I listened back to it, I tried to work out how did he find that out. But for some reason, their big fancy computer system that they have shows them and lets them play with it, and after a couple of minutes they can discover exactly what I done, how I done it, and they can send me a letter then straight away the next day saying that there's a copyright strike against you for using a particular type of song. So that's what we're battling with, ladies and gents. So there's no music in this video. So firstly, hello to everybody, and what can we give you in the last couple of months? Well, I told everybody Brexit will be kicked down the road, and I was right. Now we can all see that it's been kicked down the road to next year. And what year is next year, ladies and gents? 2021. 2021. They keep on putting years in front of us, and we have to ask ourselves what's going on. So 2021, Agenda 21. This is where it all happens. This year so far, they've put 65 million people in quarantine. Ladies and gents, well done. And I have to say, the magic that China has created in the last couple of months is absolutely spectacular. So a big well done. We have to give them a big round of applause and say well done to China. In fact, they should be on America's Got Talent there with the magic that they can do, and take that show into Las Vegas and have a sold out night and make sure everyone wears a mask. Yeah. Anyway, hope everybody is having a nice time looking up at 5:40 in the evening time and asking the question, what's that in the sky? Now, firstly, let me thank the camera company. I won't give you the name. Begins with C, ends in N, a couple of N's in it. C-A-N. Yeah, there's an O there somewhere, so work it out. I can't give you the name because I probably get a message saying you can't do that. So work it out yourself. I have to say well done for the company for creating a camera, and I still can't find it on any of the manual pages that was in the book that came with the camera. I still can't find any page where it says it zooms in 38 million miles away. So firstly, I have to give them a big round of applause, because I was so surprised when I could actually turn my camera at 5:40 when we get a clear night, whenever that is, considering that nobody should be talking about it because we have an election at the moment, and of course we have an impeachment as well before Christmas, and we have the bushfires in California and Australia, and we have the corona flu that has wiped out less people than the ordinary flu that's in your town or your village or your city or your country right now, this minute. In fact, I'm sure if you put your radio stations on somewhere, you're going to hear a little advertisement where the advertisement will say, don't forget to get that flu vaccination before it's too late, because it's not too late to get it yet, because we're still in flu season, ladies and gents. Yeah, just like that. And where did the flu season come from? China. That's right, ladies and gents. And where did it come from? It comes from a bat. Oh, sorry, Comes from a snake. Oh, it comes from a spider. Where does it come from? Yeah. So, all of a sudden, China put 65 million people into quarantine into a box and then tells everybody on a loudspeaker system, you won't be getting out of the box until you get vaccinated. And once you're vaccinated, tough. The problem is, what we can't tell you is, there's too many people on the planet. And there's not enough water and food to go around everybody. And only the most powerful countries in the world will survive, because that's power. And unfortunately, the poor people in the war-torn countries and the famine-stricken countries won't survive. And that's the way it is. So make sure you pay your tax and make sure you have a job. Make sure your country is paying up what it should be paying up. Like Ireland paying up 80 billion to the IMF in Brussels at the end of the day. But still, we don't really have much of a choice. But so what? We've a new government. No one expected what happened is that happening in Ireland. And if you don't know what happened, Google it. So they're fighting at the moment to try and work out some sort of a coalition. Everyone hates each other. It's like Catholics and Protestants and Muslims all sort of mixing into one room. It's only a matter of time before there's all war. And that's what's going to happen. So as Ireland strives for United Ireland, now all of a sudden we've got this disruption called a general election that's just had to take place. So, ladies and gents, firstly I'd like to say hello to an inspiration called Richie from Boston. Well done, Richie, and thanks for being honest, because that's what we need. We need people that's honest, and you can see by his numbers still that he's having problems even trying to go up an extra 1,000 subscribers. Amazing. But of course, people around the world that's awake can see exactly what they're doing and why they're doing it. Now, ladies and gents, back up to the sky. If you get a chance, have a look and ask yourself, what's that in the sky? Is that the moon? And if you're lucky enough to have a camera like I have, put it onto your tripod and zoom into it, and then ask the question, how come you can zoom into Venus 38 million miles away? Or is it? No. See, the problem with that is that when you go in and you stick it into Google, Venus, and you click on images, you don't see any images like that. In fact, it's when you go in and watch other people's videos of when they zoom into it. There's people actually now with better cameras than I have that zoom into it. And the funny thing is now, you can start seeing this star sign in the middle of it, of people's videos, especially the P1000, ladies and gents. Yeah, and if you want to see more about Planet Venus, stick it into YouTube and amaze yourself, ladies and gents. Yeah, so what happens now when this object in the sky that Paulie has been recording for the last couple of years starts becoming super bright? Now you can actually zoom into it with your smartphone. What happens then? What did you say then? What, they have a smartphone now that zooms in 38 million miles away. So, well done to that little lens that's sitting in that smart device. Isn't it amazing? And then you can zoom in and you can take the screenshot. And you can zoom into the screenshot and take another screenshot and zoom into that and take another screenshot and keep on zooming into it until the hairs on the back of your hands and arms stand up. And then ask the question, is that Venus? Yeah. Well, it's funny when you ring up Meteorology Ireland and you can't even get an answer because they don't even answer their mobile phone number that they have. It's a little bit like our friends Never a Straight Answer in America. Yeah, explaining about the storms that's hitting Ireland every weekend for the last 2 weeks, and it's going to hit for the next 2 weeks again, and try and tie in the Stennis facility in Mississippi. But see, you have to Google it all and then work it out, and then sit there one night and try and say, if you rewind it backwards, what happened every time a storm hits your city? Open up the apps that's been given to us for the weather, between AccuWeather and everything else. Open up the apps and rewind it back 9 days and follow the storm backwards. Yeah. Funny how they keep on coming from the same location in Mississippi. Anyway, folks, Paulie's going to leave it at that, and our big friends in Classic Hits, thanks for allowing me to come on last Friday week, and speak about our friend Venus up in the sky. And watch the cloud system over your city that's coming up the east coast of America and across the Atlantic over Ireland, England, Scotland, France, Belgium. Okay? Watch how it happens. Rewind it backwards. And ladies and gents, that's it. I'm sorry for giving you the secret away, but technically that's how it's done. Okay? Just rewind it backwards. And don't watch mainstream weather anymore on the telly. Okay? Because it's a fashion show. That's all it is. You know? And who looks the best doing the weather? Okay? As they create tornadoes and other things. Because that's what insurance companies are for. That's what labourers do. And electricians. They rebuild, and builders. They rebuild the city. They rebuild the towns. It keeps people in employment. And then every year, yeah, Mr. Trump can tell everybody that they're busy. Full employment. That's right. So think about it, ladies and gents. Instead of jumping on the FB and flicking through millions and millions of stories that mean no sense at all, listen and look and lift up your head. Open your eyes, ladies and gents, and learn. Okay? And listen. And don't follow the hypnotists on the television. And don't follow the clickbait on YT now, because they know people are not watching the TV as much as they used to. So now they take the TV and they put it in to all the videos now. When you go looking on YT, all you get now is news stations with the reports. No. Paulie wants to know where's the billions, not millions, billions of videos of smartphones. Blocked. That's where they are. So until the next video, which will be down the road, I love yous and leave yous, yeah? And don't forget, ladies and gents, eyes to the sky. It's the Grim Reaper saying, good night.